Right. So we finally got a little bit of time to sit down and look things over. While we're waiting on a trade to get going, what we got is we're going to handle some of the ER plays that we were throwing up. So this evening we got Disney, DraftKings is going to be tomorrow morning, AMAT, Cisco, and what we got on a few of them is protected downside for some. We're doing a little bit of a put condor for some to kind of give you time just in case it doesn't go against you, but still allows that favorable bias to the downside, so it doesn't hit you all at once. So if it's an inflated premium with Disney, which currently is, what is Disney at right now? When we say inflated, it just means volatility is pretty high on it, so about an 88. It's pretty decent, which means you want to collect off that. So when you're running a put condor and then all of a sudden, let's say it doesn't even go down and it goes up against you, you still got time, where you're only taking about a 50% loss on that, instead of being full naked with puts that you think it's going to go down. It kind of gives you that little bit of, I call it the adding time, and adding gives you the time throughout the day tomorrow to even exit, and just in case it doesn't. So what we did for Disney was we did put on that put condor, which is the 136, 133, 130, 127, and you just sell the middle ones on that. So you're going to be collecting a lot of money on the 130s, 133s, and you're kind of looking at about a bit. I think, what was the upside on this? I forgot what the upside was, but it's fine. Usually you get about a 1 to 2, 1 to 3 off of your put condors. So it'll be decent if it goes with us. One of the other things too is that we have Cisco, which we did a protected downside, which means that we ran a 35, 37 put vertical, and we threw on a 40 call onto that, meaning that we want upside on this, and this is for November 20th. So we want that upside and we want that explosion, so we're keeping that bullish bias, but we're also saying, all right, well, we're not that optimistic about it, so we're going to be adding a little protection, and with that alone you're getting about 7 or 60. We'll put at 60 just in case I have it off, about $60 if it goes under and hits 35, which is about, I believe, March lows off of the whole COVID thing. Let's just check that out real quick while we're waiting, because I'm not going to take this chop. All right, so we got about a 4-point chop right now. If things get to moving, then we can talk. Again, it just seems like every time you want to stream and you want to try to be entertaining, you get this dilemma. So you got to find other ways to entertain. Yeah, so it's about March lows off of that, or excuse me, not March lows. So you got October lows off that, and then you got a limited upside in case this thing really wants to get to moving and get to stepping with things. Then AMAT, Applied Materials. Applied Materials, I think everybody knows about the giant cup and handle that is there on the daily, weekly, whatever you want to point it as to, and then you have a bit of a inverse head and shoulders forming within the cup, the handle of the cup, which is decent. It's good. It's a nice setup. So what we wanted to do is just keep it plain and simple. If you play to the pattern, you want that upside experience, but I have no idea what's going to do, so I wanted to do a 71, 73, and it gives you about, what was it? It gives you about 150, so a 1 to 3 ratio on that. Risk 1, reward is 3. So it's fine, but it's insanely directional when it comes to that. But why? I could go either way. I just don't. The premium isn't there to collect, and especially with everything it can do in the history of past ERs. If I wanted to go out to 75, I'm going to be collecting 30 off of that, and that means I have to go super wide just to even collect that 30. And I'm not going to do naked because we only do capped plays on here because you don't want the exposure in case it goes against you. So that's why I went with just a full-on directional play, and running that. And then DraftKings, we're going to just expect movement. Obviously, the COVID-related things that are going with it. Every single time a new team has to stop, playing because of it, their stock price goes down. So let's just keep riding with that. But let's say everybody wants to gamble now. It's through the roof. So we did a buy to open iron condor on that at a 37, 39, 43, 45. So basically what you want it to do in order to make maximum money on this play is just exceed a 45 and get lower than the 37. All right, so pretty easy and is not bad compared to, it was at 37 just a couple days ago. So, and then we wanted 45, which was at just a couple days ago. So completely doable in terms of price action that's there. So those are the ER plays that we have. The other ones that I'm really trying to look at still is I want to get in Baba, but I don't know when and how yet. I don't know if I want to jump into a consolidation play off of this level just yet. I want a little bit more time, and so I may preemptively just take I would leg into a position. So like if I leg into the call side of this play, and then if it pops up against me, I can leg into the downside of it as well. Kind of just get in cheaper on both ends, and then just ride it out. You could probably look to as early as next week, even on these. I mean, I think the implied move is still sitting at about 11-12, which is typically just what the straddle is. Well, it's sitting at 16, so I mean, yeah, so perfect. So yeah, right now I might just leg into the call side of this, and then leg into the downside of this. You'll pay a bunch, but that's fine. I would try to sell above the gap. So if you're selling strikes, and then I would try to sell. I would try to sell the October, or we'll just do the August highs and lows and try to play within there. That's what I'd be looking for. And then the other one, that Disney play that I had, so I probably want to put on 2 plays. I actually looks like I did fill on the Disney play. Is we just want movement. We want movement in any direction possible. You don't care which way it goes. And so I think what we did is we ran with a, what was it, a 34, 32, and then a 37, 39. Was that it? And there would be an Iron Condor, a buy to open, so that means that we want expansion on those and want them to open up a little bit. Let's see. So it did fill. Spread's a little bit wide, which means it hasn't moved since my fill, so it's just collecting off of the downsides. Yeah, so it's excuse me, it's 32, 30, 37, 39. So expecting a little bit lower, and I wanted to make sure that if it drops, I get my maximum amount of money before it hits that support of the drop of the gap completion. So that's what I was doing. So on the 15 minute, what we have is, we have an inverted hammer into inverted hammer into what could possibly be a doji again. So a lot of indecision over the last hour, unfortunately. Where, you'd think that trying to stream during power hour would be like, all right, everyone's racing to do this, try to get into these positions, but I think everybody's just in a wobble. I thought even once we get Powell speaking, things could change. So we'll try for something here. We'll try to manage risk in case it goes against it, in case it just wants to stall out. But we're going to try to look for something above 35.24. We're going to try to watch the bids coming in, as you can see. Blue is on the right there bid trade, yellow is on the ask. So someone's trying to push it, which is decent. So I really wanted to just get going. So you got a 2 hour pattern like of constricting price action into that range. I don't want to jump the gun and get in early because, if I got in at 24 there, I'm down 3 points already. Yeah, we finished off another doji again. So inverted into fucking hammer into inverted hammer into doji. So a lot of sideways action with no real trend to follow. If I started streaming here, maybe it would have been a little bit different. Trying to get some type of freaking break of some sort. I don't know. One day I'm gonna get in a position where I don't need to force a trade to be entertaining. Yeah, 4 minutes until You got Mach that comes in. We shall see. All right. So, not the best line in the world, but the bottom on the hourly, it's testing there. And it's been a fade all day. It's been a nice drop. So either we find it here, we find it there, or we find it there, or we find it there. But yeah, so that's what we're looking at. We got 2 minutes until things could go crazier with Mark, but not really. Isn't it usually the night before too when things start changing up? Things really get into position. So yeah, while we're waiting to see if this drops or pops or fades or locks. Disney, we don't care about direction. Sorry. Got 1 minute, 45 seconds. I don't want to be in a position and then all of a sudden this thing rips more points than I should have took it right there. That's fine. That's why my hand was hovering there. That's fine. So we are saying movement on DraftKings, it's saying movement on Disney, bullish on AMAT, and we are bullishly protected on Cisco. Yeah. Somebody really doesn't want this to break out. Like someone is eyeing up that chart. Like you can see the orders flying in too. And they are trying to push it down. I just need this to clear out. I need to let everybody else fight for this level, and then hopefully catch way. So maybe try to pick up right here. But again, you're still looking at doji. Like, they're not gonna fucking ramp this, are they? They're not gonna ramp this. That was my son's meter. Alright, you know what we're gonna try to do? There's just a lot going on in the household, and we're gonna try to do this tonight when things are not absolutely insane. Yeah, let's roll with that. We're gonna try tonight. Hopefully we have time. Hopefully one day we're gonna make a trade. And we'll see where it goes. I'll see you guys tonight.